I saw that a few of you guys were up, so come on in. Who in the bushes? You can come out. I don't bite. Hey, Miss D Mac. Hey, Miss Geraldine. What y'all doing up? I just saw that some people was up, so I decided to jump on for a second because my mouth finally stopped hurting. Hello, Miss Kim. Hello, Lady Virgo. Hello, Miss Ruby. What y'all doing up? Oh, just bored. Me too. I had a really horrible toothache today. Um, hey, Miss Jaleesa, you back, baby? And it finally just went away. So I saw that some of you all was up. Hey, Miss Gilda. Hey, AR girl, you back, baby. So I said, let me get on here and talk with some of my cousins for a minute since we all up with nothing to do. Thank you, Miss Brenda. So, okay, y'all, here's the scenario. So it was, you can't sleep either, Miss Jaleesa. Thank you, Miss D Mac. I'm okay though. Hey, Miss Jacqueline. So, hey, Takesha. So it was this lady working out at Planet Fitness. She was African American, and an employee from the gym came up to her and told her that several of the patrons have complained that she stink. So, of course, she was offended by what he said. And she said, well, I've been to the gym for 2 hours. What do you expect me to smell like? And he said, I know. I really don't know what was said. The manager sent me over here to tell you. I figured that um it had to be a black guy that they sent over there to tell her, and the managers, and I'm just assuming they were of another race. The fact that they didn't come over to address her themselves. But okay, so now you told her she stink. So what now? Hey, Miss Lolo. Miss D Max says hello, everybody. So, okay, now you told the young lady that she stinks. Okay, so what's next? What now? Like, they didn't ask her to leave. It wasn't stated in the video that they asked her to leave or anything like that. Hey, Miss YouTube on fire, welcome back, baby. Um, but they just basically hurt her feelings and I guess just left it at that. But my question is, how bad do you have to really stink for several people to complain that you stink? Now, I understand that you're at the gym and things can get a little funky at the gym, but I've never smelled anyone at the gym to the point where it, it made me complain to anyone. So I'm thinking, like, was it just your body odor, the sweat, or did her monkey smell funky? Like, what was it for them to complain about you stinking inside of a gym? Miss YouTube on Fire, we're talking about this lady. Um, she worked out at Planet Fitness, and the managers had someone come up to her and tell her that they had several complaints of her stinking. And she said, well, I've been working out for 2 hours. We're at the gym. Like, what do you expect me to smell like? And he was like, I know, I know. I really don't know much about, what they said to the managers, but they just sent me over here to address you. So I'm like, how it had to be more, in my opinion, than sweat for somebody to actually go to the managers and complain that you stink. So being at the gym for 2 hours, like I said, I know things can get a little funky. But come on now, for several people to complain that they smell you, I'm thinking it's just more than some sweat. Yes, Miss D Mac, is probably a combination of both. I agree, because that has to be, you have to be very rank. Like, you have to be, that has to be very strong for people to want to, tell the management on you. But my first question to the young man who addressed her is, why didn't the managers have enough balls to come and dress me themselves? Why did they send you over here to relay the message to me if they came to complain to you? So I'm that leads me to think maybe it was she was probably quote unquote out of place. Was she in a Planet Fitness that was predominantly another race? And that's why, because I don't understand why the managers, and he said managers with the S, so it's more than one, sent him over there that didn't know anything about the situation to address her instead of them addressing her themselves. So now it just leads me to believe that something else was a part of that. Like, was she, like I said, somewhat out of place, per se, where they just, was complaining about her because the gym is a stinky place anyway. So why single this young lady out? And then what part of your body is really putting off them type of fumes for people to complain about you? Several people. Like, that to me, that's just more than just a little BO. Miss YouTube on Fire says, right. Miss Ruby King says, something smell a little fishy, little lake. Miss YouTube on Fire said, hit the like button, please. Thank you, baby. Yeah, so that's why, like, I'm like, it's more going on to this story than just that I don't know if they told her, if they had enough guts to just outright tell her, or if she just leaving parts out to the story. But I've never smelt the gym plenty of times, and yes, it will make you very, very nauseous sometimes, but it's it's just like common sweat. Like, I don't like to sweat. I don't like the smell of sweat. It just turns me off. It grosses me out. But it's probably intensified to me because I get so nauseous by it. But I've never like been next to anybody in the gym where it's on Facebook. I saw it on Facebook. Um where can I post it? Maybe I can post it in the community tab. I'm not sure where I can post it for you all to see the video. Um, but yeah, it was very disturbing to me that they didn't come and address the young lady themselves. Like, what was your purpose? You all are the managers of this company. You all are the face of the company while you're there. So why did you send the young man? And that's why I believe that the young man is black, because they're like, just go send the black boy over to talk to the black girl and let him handle it, because I don't see any other reason why they wouldn't address her themselves. Like, it makes no sense to me. So what are y'all thoughts on it? I'm going to try to get you all the video. I don't know if I can post it anywhere, but I do want y'all to see it so y'all can, um, you know, look at it for yourselves. But hey, Ocean, how are you? Everybody, please salute Mr. Ocean. He says, salute chat. Please share this video to all social media platforms, please. Thank you so much. Miss Gilda says, I meant down there. Yeah, Miss Gilda. I, I'm kind of going with that. Like it was just more than BO. It was probably her thank you, baby. Thank you for stopping by. That's why it leads me to believe that it was just more than common BO, that her monkey was probably funky, and that's what they really were complaining about. And when I used to work out, I'm the type, I take a shower before I go to the gym. And then when I come home, and I've never sweated that bad to the point where I'm smelling myself and I'm like, wow. But I understand we all have different endorphins and we all release different scents. But how good was her hygiene beforehand? And did the working out just intensify it? But I definitely hope that she get that taken care of, because that was quite disturbing to me that someone, not one, not two, they said several people approached them about the way that she smells. So I've never, encountered a situation like that, never seen a situation like that. So that was a little different to me. And I thought it was interesting how it all played out and how they ended up notifying her and things like that. Like that was a bit weird to me, why the managers didn't do their job and address the young lady themselves instead of having somebody else do it. And now that's like, was it a racial thing? Did race have something to do with it? Because it makes no sense to me how the chain of command went down instead of up. I don't get it. Miss Gilda says bubble baths can knock your pH balance off. Yes, and a lot of women don't. You know, Unfortunately, a lot of mothers were busy holding down households and didn't um really properly teach their daughters how to properly take care of themselves. And especially during that time of the month. I know when I used to mentor, it was lot of young ladies that didn't even know how to put on their sanitary napkin. They wasn't aware that they wasn't supposed to be using dishes and soaking with bubble bath, and just things that we some of us think that all women know. A lot of people didn't grow up in that type of environment where they had a mother to sit them down and explain to them what they do when it's their time of the month, how to properly bathe, how often they should bathe. It's crazy because growing up, I remember we had a family friend over, and her aunt always said that she hates showering. And it kind of surprised me because me and my sister, we were always in the tub. Like we took one when we woke up, and my mom made sure, like when she braided our hair down at night and everything, we took a bath at night. So we were used to always bathing. And when her aunt, she was spending the night, and her aunt told us, like, I have to go make sure that she's in the shower because she don't like to bathe. And we were teens at that time. It confused me. So her aunt went and she looked underneath the door, and she can see. Oh, thank you so much, Miss YouTube on Fire. Welcome to the family, baby. You're greatly appreciated. Um, so the aunt did some really funny junk. She looked underneath the door and saw the niece was still standing in front of the shower, but the shower was on, and she was pretending as if she was in the shower. So the aunt burst into the bathroom and got on her about not being in the shower. And I couldn't understand, why didn't she want to shower? So, it's a lot of times it's the way that we were raised that people don't know. Um, how to take care of their hygiene. Miss Jalissa says, sh or she probably didn't take a shower before she went to work out. Then on top of that, she is sweating. There's no telling what they were smelling right out. Okay, it came in twice. I'm with you, Miss Jaleesa. Miss YouTube on Fire said, my daughter is an educator. She works out faithfully every day from 7 to 11. Never now once has she came home with the smell of any kind. I'm not understanding that either. I I understand. Her I I'm just gonna go with that. It was more than just her BO. It was definitely her her womanly parts that was letting off an odor too, which probably would knock somebody out and cause somebody to complain about you if you have the mixture of sweat and your monkey is funky. So I just want to know, like, what else happened once he told her that. What did he expect her to do? Did he expect her to leave? Or did he expect her to go shower? Like, what did you expect from her after you told her that? That's the confusing part. That's the part that was left out of the video, is no one ever said, like, did they tell her that so she can leave the facility? Or did they tell her that so just so she can be aware for next time? Or was their goal to embarrass her? I really don't get the reason for him coming up when she never said they asked her to leave. All she felt was embarrassed at the end of the conversation, even though he tried his best to pull her to the side to tell her. She said that, it's no, rooms or anything, no area, no seclusion for him to actually tell her this. So she was embarrassed by, the fact that he addressed her like that. But I want to know that she's still. I'm going to try to find her because I looked at somebody else reacting to the video. So that's how I saw the video. I think it's a TikTok that she did. I'm going to try to find the name of the young lady and see if I can find her page on TikTok to actually see is there a part two or something else to the story, because it was a lot of I have a lot of questions about that whole situation. Miss Gilda said, "Oh my goodness, I love showers. So and baths, yeah, I do too." And Miss Gilda said, "Mika, she couldn't smell herself." Listen, Miss Gilda, that's what they say. They say you smell yourself before anybody else. So I don't know if she's used to her stench, if that's what it was, if she was used to the way that she smelled and she didn't think anything was wrong with it, or did she figure because she was in the gym and she was working out and you quote unquote supposed to get funky in the gym, that it will be overlooked and she can get away with it because she was in the gym. I don't know. Hey, Bootsy Tiger baby. Miss Jaleesa says, I hope she go to the doctor to get that checked out. Me too, because it definitely sounds like maybe her pH balance is off, or she's not properly cleansing herself. Um, you know, and it really puzzled me too because I found out, I forgot on what social media um platform I was on, when they were having the debate about how often should one shower, and people were saying that they went days without showering. That really, I was like, wow. So how do you survive? Like, who actually wants to sit next to somebody? Hey, Miss Rita, welcome back, baby. Who wants to sit next to somebody who hasn't bathed in days? Like, I don't know what that would actually smell like, and I'm not going to be the guinea pig to try it out because I love my showers and baths. But hey, Miss Trinity, but it really took me aback to find out that a lot of women was confessing that they didn't shower for days, and they would try, and when they did go and kind of smell themselves, they would go hit their quote unquote hot spots, and then they would shower and wash their hair like at the end of the week. So you kind of know where I'm going with that. But So that really took me aback because I couldn't imagine not, being clean every day. Thankfully, we have that privilege where we can go and bathe every day. And I don't think that they had a reason for not bathing other than they said that um, the body self cleans itself and that, you don't have to bathe every day, which I don't believe that to be true. You're a woman, especially women. I think everybody should bathe every day, but especially a woman. We have too many things going on with our bodies for you not to go take care of yourself properly. Miss YouTube on Fire says, right, Gilda, my mother taught me to always keep yourself clean. And if you're not, you can smell yourself before anyone else can. Yeah, I heard the same thing, Miss YouTube on Fire. Miss Ruby King says, we had to work on that with my granddaughter. She was 9 when she started. So we had to really get it in her head that it was important to take care of herself. Now she stays in the shower at 11. Yeah, once you instill those things into them, Miss Ruby, they finally get it. But a lot of people wasn't blessed to have, people in their life like you and I who would have set them down and explain that to them. So um no, that's TMI, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. But yeah, so like I said, when I was mentoring, I come to find out a lot of young people didn't know the proper steps to taking care of their hygiene. They didn't know the products that they shouldn't use. They were always, hearing people talk about douches and things like that, but they didn't know how that can affect their pH balance and then have them smelling away. No one ever told them about, yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis and, things that they should do when they see, you know, different signs in their body. And it really saddened me that these women, they were women at this age, and a lot of them were still unaware of what they should be doing. Um, Miss Jalissa says, how can someone go days without taking a shower? It's like people just don't care about themselves anymore. And that's what was my take on it, Miss Jalissa. Like, being a woman, nothing feels better than being clean. Especially when you come home from work, a long, hard day, you want to take a shower, throw on some comfortable clothes. For me, it's pajamas. I love pajamas and moo and things that are flowy so you can you can breathe. But I have 4 drawers full of pajamas. My mom wanted to throw half of them in away in the trash when she had came to help me organize my things. But I'm so comfortable when I get home in pajamas and just being clean and getting in my bed clean. I don't want to get in between my sheets with all day still lingering on my body. I think you feel more comfortable, you sleep better when you're clean, you're more relaxed, and you can have a better night's sleep just being clean. That's just my opinion. That's the way I was raised. That's the way I was, so that's what I'm used to. And if I even attempt to act like I'm so tired to not get in the shower, I will toss and turn till I have to get up and shower because just psychologically it doesn't sit well with me that I'm trying to sleep and I didn't get in the tub. So, but we have to teach, our young people when you see somebody, that's why I always preach when you see somebody going out the world backwards or they don't know something, just try to pull them aside and teach them because a lot of people didn't have someone to teach them. So, and it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And a lot of people will be receptive to your advice and your information if you approach them in the right manner. You are going to have some people that don't want to hear what none of us have to say. When I was back in school, it was these 2 ladies and they were failing our last class And I was done 2 weeks early, already had my grade in, and they couldn't understand how the professor was teaching. So I volunteered to help them. And for whatever reason, they had the stank face when it came to me. Um, I don't know why they didn't know me from Adam, but they were way older than me too. But they, every time I come in the room, they'll have the little stank face or whatever. But I laugh at that type of stuff. It doesn't bother me at all. But so I wanted, like I say, I want everybody to succeed. So I offered to help them, get through the class, and they declined my help. I don't know why. Probably because it was me offering to help them. That's all I can think when, I look back on it. But they end up failing the class. And it's like you would rather fail than have somebody show you something. It, it's beyond me. Miss D. Max says, I even taught my grandson as a toddler that he must keep his peanuts clean. Yes, because, honey, that can be a dangerous situation when you don't properly take care of yourself, man or woman down there. Miss Gilda says, my OBGYN told me not to dish. Yes. And a lot of people, because they're so used to seeing that on television or hearing stories, from the parents back in the days talking about that stuff, that they think that that's the proper thing to do. But I was always told by my OBGYN as well, Miss Gilda, that you shouldn't dish. So I don't. And as long as you go get your regular checkups, you take care of your personal hygiene, you're not out here with multiple sex partners and having sex unprotected, you know, you should be all right. But you definitely have to go and get, your monkey checked out, when something is off. Miss Kenya says, hello, Miss Kenya. Miss Kenya says, my mama used to tell me and my sisters when we were younger, fish gotta swim, especially after that time you need to soak in the bathtub. That's so funny, Miss Kenya. I never heard that before. But I'm with your mama. And then after you soak, stand up and turn the shower on and then wash again, because to me, even though I love baths, I feel like I'm soaking in my own dirt. So I have to, after I take a bath, stand up and take a shower to cleanse myself. But that's just me. I'm anal about a lot of things. Miss Jalissa says, when you are feel nice and clean, you are comfortable and can sleep better at night. Yes, Miss Jalissa, you definitely are more comfortable, more relaxed, and you definitely have a more pleasant night sleep when you're clean, you're refreshed, you have opened your pores, you know. Yeah, I couldn't imagine going to bed without a bath. Miss Glenda says, I'm in love with flannel PJs. I have all types, Miss Gilda. Like, it's ridiculous. I had to throw some out because I didn't want to look like a little hoarder. Hello, Miss Florida Red. I couldn't sleep. Hello, Miss Karen. Um, I couldn't sleep, and then I wrote a post on the community tab and seen some of the cousins was up. So I said, let me go in here and chat it up with my cousins since we all can't sleep for some reason. Miss Jalissa says self love is the best love. I'm with you. I'm with you, Miss Jalissa. Miss Karen says, I do the same thing, take a bath, then shower. That's right. Miss Kenya says, that's right, shower afterward. Hello, Miss Don. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, I don't feel um clean if I don't get up and shower after I soak in the tub, because y'all know how my germs and my thought process is messed up. I feel as if I am soaking in my own filth. And if I just get up and get out of this tub, then the residue will be on me in some shape, form, or fashion. So I have to get up and take me a shower afterwards. But who's familiar with Dr. Bonner's peppermint soap. Hello, Princess Sunset. Yeah. But anybody um familiar with that soap? I love that soap, but really what really threw me off about that soap was, y'all know I read everything. So I turned the bottle around, and that soap said you can do 52 damn different things with that soap. So I said, my Lord, what did I put on my skin? And I'm gonna tell you, hello, baby. Hey, cooking with Tracy, you back, cousin? Welcome back. Hello, lady. Is it Liza? Lisa? Tell me how to pronounce your name. Break it up for me, baby, so I won't call your name wrong. But so I'm like, what the heck did I just bathe with? But let me tell y'all about that peppermint soap. If y'all want to feel as if somebody is blowing on your most intimate part, honey, you child put take get that peppermint soap. It starts off like really warmish and then it starts to tingle. I was so thrown off by the soap the first time I used it, and then it gives you this cooling sensation over your body. So your body do all kind of acrobats with that soap, but that soap smells so good to me. I had to really kind of bypass the back of it that it said it could wash dishes, clean your muffler, varnish your floors and remove your dandruff. Honey, that thing do too much for me, but I had to like, block that out because that soap is the truth. Miss Kenya said, I use that soap, but child, I use it down yonder, baby. I made a mistake, Miss Kenya. And that's why I said, baby, it felt like somebody's blowing some, like when you have a peppermint in your mouth and you start blowing out the cold air. Honey, I thought somebody was doing that from my rooter to my tutor. I said, what is going on? What did I just use? My God, like I didn't know if I liked it or if I didn't. I was confused for a minute there. Should I really be feeling this way about this soap, honey? Child, y'all really want y'all body to, you know, feel a certain kind of way, y'all go get that Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. It is the truth. Don't pay attention to the back, y'all. Don't read the back. Don't freak yourself out. Don't be afraid because of clean mufflers and stuff like that, too. Just use it. Close your eyes, squirt it, use it. You will feel better. And do not put it in your private area because you would pay for it unless you like that type of stuff, honey. So, some of y'all may like that type of stuff. I was confused. I didn't know whether I did or didn't either. I ain't judging. Miss YouTube on Fire says, wow, I'm sure you enjoyed yourself, Florida Red. I have to see them every time they're in Atlanta. It feels like detour, yes. What is that, Miss Lady Lisa? Um Miss YouTube. Oh, so yeah, hey Miss Spice baby, how are you? Oh, you know what? You just did me that face. I'm going to Google that, baby. I'm going to Google because maybe I need some of that too. I don't know. And put me up on game. Don't leave me out here. Don't leave me out here. We barely want to be wanting to deal with people sometime, baby. Don't leave me in the dark. Tell me something good. Hello, Miss Arlene. How are you? Yes, tell me something good. We have it here in Miami. Okay, let me screenshot this, honey, because you about to have me researching this. Okay, I got it. Net girl. Next time I might be coming on here to tell y'all a story time, Miss Lisa. I may be coming on here to tell y'all a story time once I find out what that is. I don't know. Miss Lolo says peppermint kills bacteria. Yes, and it's also it calms you as well. And I know, that's just like when I used to tell my aunt when she used to do my hair to always, leave me some baby hairs. And she always say, ain't nothing on you, baby. But honey, I used to love that Johnson and Johnson lavender sleep time baby soap. I used to use that too, cousins. That stuff smells so good and it just calms you. And I would put my lavender in my little aromatherapy thing. You can tell me that I wasn't no newborn when I got out that tub. You cannot tell me. Sometimes I just even had, wham, wham, just I'm using this soap. I don't care what they say, who they say it's for. I'm using it. I love smell good stuff. So yes, I'm using a baby soap. Who gonna stop me? The baby powder until Johnson and Johnson, in my opinion, tried to kill everybody with, when they came out with that little class action lawsuit against them because they was giving people cancer, whatnot, then they ruined my whole life. All Around the World Show 100 said, which lady is ready to take her daddy like a newborn baby? Huh? Child, you in the wrong chat, baby. Spice says, good love. How are you? Happy fourth weekend, everyone. I am well, and I am glad that you all are up with me, keeping me company, baby. Miss Gilda says, Mika, please, please be long-winded this morning. I ain't got nothing else to talk about, Miss um Glenda. So give me something to talk about. What y'all want to talk about? Miss Spice says, yes, cuz me too. Miss Florida Red says, Miss YouTube on fire. It was old school at its best. Shirley Murdoch, Regina Bell, Freddie Jackson, and of course Frankie. Let me tell you something, Miss Florida Red. Come get me next time you go see Frankie Beverly. Please come get me. I used to go to the Cincinnati Jazz Fest every year because Uncle Frankie was there. That was the only reason. I didn't care who else was on the bill. As long as Uncle Frankie was there, I was there. And he can sing the same songs over and over and over again. And I'm going to sing them like that was my second time hearing them. I love Uncle Frankie, and it's a few people that I can listen to like that. I love Marsha Ambrosius. Every time she comes here in concert, I go see her, and she sing the same songs over and over again. It's like I ain't never heard them before. I'm a singer right along with her, like she was paying me. Miss Arlene says, "I'm okay, and you beautiful." I'm good. I am good now. Miss Lola says, "I use doTERRA essentials, essential oils. Love them. Peppermint, my go-to." Did I say that? Did I pronounce that right, Miss Lolo? Miss Arlene said that's my kind of music. Yes, that clean up, that get up and clean up that house music. Okay, that y'all gotta wipe these baseboards, open the windows, open the front door, let's air out the house, and we gonna clean all day, and we gonna dance around with the broom, the vacuum. It's gonna be my microphone. I'ma bust out into a 1-2 step in the middle of mopping the floor. It's gonna take us all day to do what we supposed to do because I'm about to perform right along with Frankie. You thought I wasn't? Hello, Miss Latavia. How are you? You said it's 11:11 where you are, baby? Miss Ruby said, yes, I love me some Frankie. Don't get me in here singing, y'all. Y'all know I can't sing, but y'all know I have no shame in busting out in tune on y'all. Y'all already know that. Ba-da-ba. Honey, child, I wish you two wasn't so strict. We can just jam out like I used to do on TikTok. Miss Florida Red says 75 and he still has it. I went live for my friends on Facebook. Oh, I'm jealous. Miss Karen says you have a nice, calm, soothing voice. When I'm not being, overly dramatic, Miss Karen, thank you very much. But I hate when I have to go back and watch my videos. After I go live or after I post a video, I really have to talk myself into going back to watch it to see what I did wrong, what I could do better. How many pauses did I take? Did I answer people questions correctly? Like, I go back and I evaluate the whole situation and I critique myself. But it takes me so long to actually do that because I cannot stand the sound of my voice. And from me talking for so long, I'm already annoyed with myself for talking 2 some hours online, and then I got to go hear myself again for 2 hours. So, baby, but I appreciate that I can't stand my voice. Miss YouTube on Fire says, oh, okay, she's talking to Florida Red. Um, Miss YouTube on Fire says, joy and pain, we are one, we are one. Don't get me started. We are one. Hello, Miss Melissa. How are you? I'm good, baby. Honey, yes. Oh, Miss Florida Red, you should never put that down there. Now I'm coming to stalk you. I want to see the show too. Don't leave me out. So what y'all want to talk about since we're not sleepy? I could have researched some more things, but I didn't think, this many people was going to be on talking with me. I thought this was going to be very short and sweet, but since we up and we stuck, what y'all want to talk about? Throw something out there and we can chat about it. Now that's stuck in. Now we are one and stuck in my head, Miss YouTube on Fire. I'm gonna have to listen to that before I go to sleep tonight, or I ain't gonna be able to rest. Miss D Max says Frankie and Highway, good riding music. Yes, yes, Miss YouTube. Okay, she's talking to YouTube on Fire. So Miss Karen says I'm listening from Chi Town. It's 1:15. Okay, all right, Chi Town up in here. So you not far from me, Miss Karen. So what do y'all think about the sentence that they gave R. Kelly? Did y'all think it was too harsh? Did y'all think that he got what he deserved? What are y'all thoughts and opinion? Oh, happy feelings in the air, child. Miss YouTube on Fire said, okay, talking to her. Hi, Miss Gladys says, hey, you gonna learn today in chat. Marilyn in the house. Marilyn in this thing. Miss Burton, good morning. How are you? Miss Florida Red said, absolutely not too harsh. And that kind of, it really saddens me, especially to see women um defend his actions and say that the sentence was too lengthy. You have to look at all of the moving parts to that. He was sentenced for I mean not drug, I'm sorry, trafficking and um it's certain words on YouTube that we ain't supposed to say, but y'all know what he was accused of. But it's a lot of things that he has done to numerous women and probably um, has traumatized them mentally for the rest of their life. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there were some willing participants. But a lot of them young ladies, in my opinion, he manipulated, brainwashed them, and he probably picked up young ladies who wanted to get into the business, like Aaliyah, may she rest in peace, and or people, young ladies who didn't have any guidance in their life, and he groomed them, in my opinion. So even though some may not have seemed like they feared him, they by that time they were brainwashed. So and who really, when you're scared of your abuser, it takes a lot of courage and a lot of times to know that you have someone in your corner in order for you to feel safe enough to escape that situation. And what type of circumstances did he have them in? Were they allowed to? Were they allowed to escape the situation? I don't. I stopped really reading a lot about it um, in the middle of the case because I just couldn't, it was too much with talking about who we talk about and dealing with, my clients and dealing with my life, that was too much for me. So, I hear sad stories all day, every day. So that was a little too much for me. So I really took myself out of that whole case. But he has traumatized a lot of people. Now, what I'm waiting on is when are they going to go after these parents who allow their children to be in the company of this grown man for long periods of time? And I'm really, and even though they my hometown people, but I really want Aaliyah parents to be questioned about what would make you um go along with your child being with a grown man, marrying a grown man. Was it all for monetary gain? Was it all for fame? Like I have a lot of questions for the parents. Miss Burton says, I'm well. Good morning. Okay. Think I read that. Miss Gilda says, Kale still has an open case in Chicago. Wow. Well, I don't know if that will make any difference with his sentence because, he already got 30 years. He'll be old as hell by the time he get out. They probably run the years concurrent. I don't know, but he has. I really have a feeling that he's going to try to appeal um the verdict, but I don't think it's going to hold any weight in court. But I do feel like he's going to appeal it. Miss Arlene says the next time I go to Elbows Lounge for Long Island Friday, DJ, can I hear some Frankie? You tell him, Miss Arlene, and turn it up to the max. Miss Lady Issa says only because of race. Are you talking about the story with the young lady at the gym? Or are you talking about R. Kelly, baby? Miss Arlene says about R. Kelly, it's a long time coming. Yes. Miss Lady Issa says, I say others should be involved as well. Me too. Me too. And definitely the parents. What do they have to say about this? Like, how did you allow your children to be with this grown man? Like, I really don't get that part of it all. So the parents definitely need to be brought up for some sort of charges. I don't know. It's crazy how people will sell not only their souls but their children's souls for fame and fortune. And in my opinion, something definitely is mentally unstable about an individual or individuals who think that is the right thing to do in order for your child to have success. If it's meant to be, it will be. And that's just it. The Lord already have it planned out and worked out the way it's supposed to go. And I just don't understand why they would do that to their children. Okay, okay, she's talking to YouTube on fire. Miss Gilda says he has mental issues from his childhood. Mental health is definitely real, and that's why I speak so much on mental health and and going to see counselors, therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, because I know that it's a lot of people out here dealing with mental illnesses and they're just undiagnosed, especially people who had a hard upbringing or had traumatic experiences in their life and they never really got through them, as I say, because a lot of things we'll never get over, but got through them and don't know how to live healthy through their circumstances and their situations. And so in order to be in a healthy space, you need to learn how to live through it in a healthy manner and address the issues that are affecting you and learn how to deal with them. And a lot of people choose not to do that. And you already know in our community, it's like a stigma over mental health. Just, you want to pray everything away and act like as if the elephant in the room is just going to disappear just because you pray. But if you don't put any actions behind what you're asking for, nothing's going to come about. So you have to work on thyself as well. I can't want more for you than you want for yourself. I can't pray for your healing if you don't believe in the healing process and you won't even go seek proper attention to get healed. So no matter how much I want better for someone, they have to want the same for themselves in order for it to work. Miss Jalissa says, why would the parents let their daughters go around him? I am sure they know all the things that he have done to young women. That's what I say, Miss Jalissa. But like I said, I just feel like it was for fame and fortune. People would do anything to have, if their name can't be in lights, well, god damn it, my kid's name gonna be in lights, and we gonna get out of this, this situation, and we're gonna be famous, and she's gonna be famous, and we gonna be rich. So I just feel like people sell their soul for money, and in these cases sold their children's souls, innocent youth, for money. And money, probably a lot of them didn't even see, because how many of them really made it to the big stage and had a career after dealing with him? Miss Arlene says, exactly, cousin. Miss Lady Issa says, the parents, uncles, aunts allow all these things to happen. I agree with you. A lot this stuff wasn't done in the dark, and especially with the whole Aaliyah thing. That stuff was broadcasted everywhere. And then what about the sex tape that he came out with the allegedly with the young girl when he had the sex tape? Like, a lot of things raised eyebrows and was red flags about him, but yet people still allow their young daughters to go around this man with these allegations surrounding him. Excuse me. You all just as guilty as the abuser to me. Miss D Max said, yes, the parents. Hey, J Gill 69. I missed you too. I hope all is well with you, baby. Let me go. Miss Gilda says, those parents was getting paid too, in my opinion. It had to be something in it for them. I, you know, I, you know, I believe some of them would do it just for the possibility of stardom, because some people are really desperate. So they will do anything, to see if the trick will work out. So I don't think many people other than Aaliyah, and I'm not sure what other famous person that he had encounters with, but other than Aaliyah, who actually else that he has victimized made it out here with their name in lights and gained anything from it other than a traumatic experience? Miss J. Gill 69 says he definitely would try to appeal. Yeah, I believe that as well. Miss Karen says a whole lot of people should also be accountable for allowing this to happen. I'm with you. Oh, Miss Gilda said Kells is on suicide watch. Did he did they do that because of the amount of time that he received, or did he make some type of a threat that he was going to unalive himself, Miss Gilda? I'm not familiar with that. That was my first time hearing that. Miss YouTube on Fire says, laugh out loud. I'm still looking at Florida Red. It's so many. Linda Marie, beautiful name. Miss YouTube on Fire, are you in the sister circle? Maybe try to look her up like that. And then you can maybe find her in there to know what her picture looks like. Um, Miss Lady Issa said Elvis did worse. Yeah, and so did Epstein. Is that Charles Epstein? Like we have to hold everybody accountable for their actions. And if we're going to put R. Kelly on an island, then all abusers, molesters, predators, rapists, oh Lord, I'm not supposed to say certain things, but should be put on that island with him. Is if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. It can be we're going to crucify this one man, but we're going to turn a blind eye to the rest of the people who have these allegations surrounding them and have been in this a similar situation. So if we're going to hold him accountable for his actions, we have to hold everybody accountable for their actions. If you're going to cancel R. Kelly's music, be sure to cancel whatever Epstein has his name in the credits. Cancel those things too, and so we can't just let him be on that island by himself. All of the people need to be on the island with him and suffering the consequences. Miss Gilda said when his sister SA him, it messed him up. He thought that it was okay. If my mama was a streetwalker, I would think that it was okay. That's what I'm that's that be my point, Miss Gilda. Your broken pieces continue to break pieces. So and break people. And because he was SA'd by his sister, he didn't learn how to live through that situation and work through that situation and learn how to maneuver through life in a healthy way without having that in the forefront of his mind. So he just took his broken self and continued to break other people because of the traumatic experiences that he's been through in life. And to him, that probably was normal behavior to do those type of things to people because it was done to him, or he could have wanted people to pay for what happened to him. We don't know the reasoning behind his actions, but nevertheless, his broken pieces continue to break people. And that's why we have to go seek mental health so we don't cause harm to innocent people who have nothing to do with the trauma that we're dealing with. Miss Arlene says, money. Yes, baby. Money, 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 money for the love of money. Miss D Max says, remember, he was abused by his sister and no one addressed it. Yes. And then, when he was of age, you know, he didn't seek any help on his own. He probably learned to adapt to the way he felt about the situation and learned to live in his truth, but in an unhealthy way. And so he went on to continue to cause other traumatic experiences for other people, and that is not right. So we have a due diligence to ourselves to make sure that we are mentally healthy so we can be better for our children, our any of the relationships that we are in, whether they're friendships, um marriages, anything like that, any type of ship. We have to make sure that we're capable of being able to have a healthy thought process and maneuver through life in a healthy way without wanting to lash out on other people, without wanting to break other people, without passing our trauma down to people that had nothing to do with it. Miss Yusuf on Fire said, wow, he's hanging in there. Miss Florida Red's talking to YouTube on Fire. Miss Gilda says, yes, Mika, he can handle the sentence. And, I, people, I don't know if they feel as if they have gotten away with things for so long that they can continue to do it without consequences. Um, and then when the stuff hits the fan, they can't handle it. But they didn't think about all of the scars that they put on someone else's life, and now it's time for you to face, your consequences and now you can't handle it? How do you think that your victims feel by the things that you have scarred them with? We all have to answer for the wrong that we do in life, whether it's today, tomorrow, or 20 years from now. I always say karma has no expiration date. So when you do wrong unto others, you may not get caught the first, the second, the 50th time, but your karma will meet you at your door one day. Believe it. The karma will always greet you. You have to pay for the things that you do. And that's why, I try my best to live as if and treat people the way I want to be treated, because if I do something, I want it to be warranted. Well, at least in my mind, it's probably warranted. It won't probably be right, but it be warranted. But that's why I don't, I stay in my lane. I don't really, start nothing when people call this channel messy and things like that. You can call it what you want to call it, but I'm not out here, just downright trying to make somebody feel bad. And at the end of the day, she never have to see my content ever in her life. She don't have to watch it. But I don't try to do her too bad where I try to meet her where she's at, how she do other people, to let her know how it feels when you pull a you on you. So that's my thing. But I'm never going to go overboard with it because I don't want that karma to come back on me. Um, Miss YouTube Fire says, laugh out loud. Yes, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm back in the chat now, cousin. Okay, baby. Miss Gilda says, they're comparing his case with Bill Cosby. He didn't get 30 years. Who didn't get 30 years, Miss Gilda? R. Kelly or Bill Cosby? Did Bill Cosby ever get out? Because I stopped watching that roller coaster of a trial too. Like I said, when I deal with so much of other people's traumas and sad stories all day, I be trying to escape some of those type of things, and that's why I can't watch Old Girl every day. And even before I was blocked, I stopped watching her every day because it wasn't even funny anymore. It was sad. It was sad to see someone that old and still so stuck. Um, had have a mentality of a child and don't realize the trauma that she's putting onto her own children, in my opinion. So it wasn't even funny anymore. It was really sad. And the fact that she doesn't think anything wrong with her behavior or the way she go about life, and you can't tell her nothing, that's the scariest part of it all. Okay, I'm going back up in the comments, cousins. Miss Arlene says Jerry Lee Lewis also married his 13-year-old so-called cousin. I'm telling my age. Oh my word. Um, wow. Okay. Child, these people, honey. Oh yes, baby. I'm praying for people's mental health. Like it's some very very sick people out here walking around amongst us who need mental help 10 years ago, and they're just out here wreaking havoc on other people's lives, and it's unfair to unwilling participants. So you have to be very mindful who you choose to get in these relationships with, who you choose to bring in your life, who you choose to bring around your children, because there's a lot of damaged people walking around here damaging people consciously and unconsciously. So, you have to protect that. So I always speak about protecting your peace and protecting your mental health at all costs, because it's people out here that mean good. Miss Florida Red says, my thing is he knew he was wrong, tried to get his brother to take the heat, and he continued doing those things. Yeah, it's like our girl, how she thinks that she's invincible, like ain't nothing, like she's untouchable. Nothing's gonna happen to her. And they start to get this sense of security because they have gotten away with so much for so long. They really start to feel like they're untouchable until they are touched. But karma doesn't come when we want it to come. It comes right on time. So it's not when we're ready to see somebody suffer the consequences of their actions. It's in due time. So we just have to sit back and wait till it knocks on their front door and they answer. Um, Miss Gilda says, I thank God that I didn't essay anyone because I was essayed. Yeah, Miss Gilda, you know, it's sad, but it's a cycle a lot of times when people have been in those type of situations that they go on to violate some other person because they don't know how to process what they're dealing with. And the parents do the children a disservice when they see that something is off or wrong or a little different with their child and they just brush it off. And I've been meaning to do this whole video on this topic, and I wanted to do a video opposed to a live because a lot of people don't take mental health seriously, and a lot of people don't believe that people have these mental illnesses, and they want to blame it on, oh, they're not mentally ill. Every time something happens, y'all say somebody's have a mental illness or something, but sometimes that is the truth. But because we look at too many things that's not normal as normal, you turn a blind eye to red flags. And so I wanted to do a video so I had no interruptions, and I was able to get the message out that I wanted to get out to the people who is willing to receive it, without somebody trying to battle me back and forth. And it's always somebody who don't even have the credentials that I have and don't even didn't study the things that I studied to want to go back and forth with my education. So, I'd rather not deal with that. I'd rather just put the video out there, and then they can write their little thesis statements underneath the video when they don't agree with what I say, or, whatever the case may be. But I do think it's very important for me to, get that message out there. And I've been putting it off for so long doing other things. So I have to do that very soon. Miss D Max says, yes, he was broken and received no help for it. Yes. Hello, Miss Lorraine. Welcome back, baby. Hello, Teddy. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, and it's so sad. It's sad. And a lot of our parents have dealt with traumatic situation and experiences, and they try to block it out of their mind. And a lot of people do that, and they pick up some type of vice, whether it be drinking, smoking, clubbing, being promiscuous. Um because they're trying to put a band-aid over their scar. But no matter what, that band-aid is going to eventually fall off, and you're going to have to deal with that ugly wound eventually. So, we can't keep trying to cover up things like it doesn't exist. We need to address it and learn how to live through it in a healthy manner, because it's not going to go away. And the more you try to run from it, the more it will eat you up. Miss Karen says, or think they're not going to get caught. Yes. Teddy Polk says, so very true. Miss Gilda's, okay, you talking to Jay Gill. Hold on, I lost. Hey, she baby. Miss Lady Issa says, I interviewed someone on this issue. Not right. So tell us your experience with the individual, if you don't mind. Um, and if you want to come up, you don't have to show your face or anything. If you want to talk, I can drop the link, or you can put it in the comments, whatever you feel. Or if anybody want to come up and talk about anything, you don't have to turn your camera on. You can come up. Miss Arlene says, BC out. Okay. Okay. Miss Glenda says Bill Cosby was released. He didn't get 30 years. Okay. Miss J. Gill says, Gilda, pray you are healed. I have a similar story and have never spoken on it. Miss J. Gill, and a lot of people, um, are in your boat. You know, they have a story and they don't tell it because they feel shame. Um, uh, they've been shamed for their experience. They feel ashamed, um, or they feel like they're going to be um relive it all over again, so they try to bury it so they don't have to think about it. um but my advice will always be, go talk to a professional so you can learn to live through that in a healthy manner so it don't affect your livelihood. And a lot of people don't see that it affects them in their life, the way they go about certain things or certain relationships, because they've been doing it for so long, it become normal to them. But they don't see that it's not healthy. Maybe the way they go about picking a mate, or the way they don't want to be touched in a certain manner, or they don't want to go to certain places, or they don't like certain times of the day or certain smells. It affects you, but you normalize it in your life, and you made it a part of your life when you don't have to continue to live through that. You need to learn how to live as free as possible, and be your best self, not only for you, most importantly for you, but for the people that surround you, and especially your children. So if they ever encounter things like that, then you can learn how to walk them through it, get them the proper help that they need. God forbid anything like that happen to anyone's child or children, but things happen in life. And so we need to learn how to address things when we are faced with them, instead of running away from it, which a lot of our parents and they parents chose to do. Keep it in the house. Don't tell nobody. We just not going to talk to Uncle Billy no more. You know, he can't come over here. He dirty, he nasty. You know, everybody in the family know about Uncle Billy, but you better not tell nobody outside this house. And if Uncle Billy chooses to come back around, just ignore him. Like, you have to be, a lot of time people have to sit with their abusers, still live with their abusers. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just rambling on. Miss Florida Red says, Mika, not sure if you saw it, but apologies for taking over your chat with my cyber cousin YouTube on fire. Now, Miss Florida Red, you know me better than that to know that that did not bother me at all. This our chat. This is our channel. Don't do that, Miss Florida Red. You are perfectly fine, honey. Miss D Max say yes, they released Bill Cosby. Miss Gilda say okay, she's talking to Jake Gill. Um, hold on one second. I be losing my space when somebody comment. Miss Arlene says Miss Gilda, she's praying for your healing, and so am I. Jay and Miss Gilda. I pray that you find some peace finally in your life, and be able to get through what you're getting through. And I'm thinking about y'all. So I started creating my page for Facebook today, my business page, because I want to go over to that platform as well. Um, but I need y'all. Yeah, I know I need y'all rocking and rolling with me and supporting me over there as well when I do decide to go over to Facebook, because I really want to talk more about, really get into my real content, um, as far as breaking generational curses, and just building legacies for our children, and making our children better than we were, holding people accountable. I want to bring people on to tell their stories, and I think people should definitely hear it, because we are helping a lot of people. And whether you know it or not, cousins, you all help a lot of people too, because it's like I told you earlier, it's a lot of people who don't have the strength or the confidence to come in here and tell their story, or to tell what they're not, their little wobbly on as far as parenting or in life, but they read the comments and they take a lot, not only from me, but from you all. And that's why I always ask you all's thoughts and opinions, because I will always tell you I'm not always right. I don't know it all. And a lot of ladies in here are a little bit more mature in age than I am. And I love learning from them and taking that and applying that to my life as well. So I'm definitely about each one, teach one. And that's what I try to do in here is have us all interacting. So if you can't take something from what I'm saying, maybe you can take something from Miss Florida Red, from Miss Gilda, from YouTube on Fire, from Justice Reacts, from, Miss Arlene, Miss J, somebody in here, somebody may have the answer to what you're searching for. So that's why I do the things that I do over here. And that's why I choose to run my platform a lot different, because I want people to take something away from this channel every time that I hit in on my live. Ms. J. Gill says, yes, Mika, some become excessively. Oh, hold on one second. The comments jumped. Hold on, baby. Excessively sexually active. Some become withdrawn, other becomes abusers. Sad, yes, and honey, a long list of other things that they may become because of the traumatic experiences they have been faced with in their life. And just please, if you have the resources to, please go get mental help. Even if you think you don't need it, it's always good to have someone that you can just spill your guts out to, pour your heart out to, and have them listen to you without any judgment, any biases. And you may be dealing with some things that you didn't even know that you were dealing with. A lot of people walk around with that are depressed and don't even know that they're depressed, but they just know that something shifted in their mood, in their behavior, in their willingness to participate in different activities and things, but they don't know that they're depressed. So that's why I encourage everybody to seek mental health, because that doesn't necessarily mean that something is wrong with you or that you have a mental illness. It just gives you an outlet. Miss Gilda says, and Miss Lord, okay, I don't want to read that out loud. Maybe you all are talking about something personal. Miss Lady Issa says, we getting on. Miss J. Gill says, I really think I kept quiet because I didn't want to hurt certain family members. The abuser passed away over 40 years ago, so I didn't feel the need to even bring it up. Well, Miss J, that's your truth, and you have to live with your truth every day. And there's never it's never too late for you to tell what happened to you if you choose to. Just because that person has left this earth, they still violated you. And if that's what you need to do to be able to cope with the situation, get it off of your chest. It matters. It definitely matters whether the person is still here, whether it was 40 hours ago or 40 years ago. That is still your truth. That is still something that you have to deal with every day of your life. So you're entitled to tell your story whenever you feel that you want to tell your story. It's never too late to tell your truth. Always remember that. And don't worry about hurting other family members, because you was hurt in a way that they can't even imagine. And you have to live with that pain every day of your life. If they are genuinely and truly for you and love you the way that they say they do, then it won't be any hurt or anything. They will show you empathy and compassion and console you, and try to figure out what they can do to help you through your situation. And if anybody feel hurt by the situation, that's their problem and not yours. You don't let them make you feel guilty about what happened to you ever. I apologize, y'all. Y'all know I get to preaching when it comes to mental health and traumas. I take that very seriously. Ms. Glenda says, Jay Gill, thank you for your heartfelt prayers. I just found out this year that my parental grandmother was brutally assaulted, but she carried my father until birth. Wow. I'm so sorry, Miss Gilda. Oh, Miss Gilda, please don't cry. Please don't cry. And my email address is pinned on the community tab under one of my first picture I think I posted, or I can put it in here if anybody needs a outlet. Or if anybody needs me to help them find an outlet if you don't feel comfortable with talking to me about your situation. But just know that I am here for you in any way that I can possibly be, whether that's finding you someone or me myself assisting you and becoming more mentally healthy. I'm always here for you all because, like I said, without y'all, there will be no me. And those of you who show up and show out every time I go live or every time I post something, and you guys bless me, not only monetarily, but with your presence and with your wisdom and with your knowledge. So I want to give back. I don't want to be just a taker. I definitely want to give back to you all if you need the same because you all fulfill me in different aspects of my life. Miss Karen says, I will follow you on Facebook. I think that's what we need right now, a positive page. Yes, I definitely. So, y'all know I told y'all my story about how long it took me to actually push the record button to make this channel. So, I'm making the page, but no telling when I'm actually going to go over there and do it because I just truly don't like to be the center of attention. And before I come on here, I pray and I'd be very nervous. And it's just because, you have a lot of people looking at you and, you have to be spot on with what you say and how you say it. And I don't ever want to offend anyone. So, it's kind of like you're walking on eggshells because certain things that we would say probably to our family members or something else. I don't know you all personally. I'm trying to get on that level with you all, but I don't know what makes you tick, so I don't ever want to offend anybody. So it looks easy. It looked easy to me before I pushed record, but this is a hard thing to do to be able to keep people's attention. You have to, if you really respect what you do, you take notes and you know what you're talking about. You don't come on here spewing false information, giving people false hope or anything like that. I come on here to tell my truth, the truth, what I have learned, my experiences, and also to laugh and joke with you all because we all need to laugh and joke. Miss J. Gill says, Gilda, we definitely can support one another. Absolutely. Miss Bootsy Tiger said, I would be praying for you, Gilda. Miss Arlene said, I'll be there. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that either, Miss D Mac. I appreciate you, ladies. Miss Gilda says, J. Gill, I know that you're telling the truth. It touched my heart. Yeah, y'all not about to have me in here crying tonight. Miss YouTube on Fire says, sending prayers to all that's been traumatized by SA. I pray God gives you the peace that surpasses all understanding. Amen, Miss YouTube on Fire. Thank you for that. Miss Gilda says, Lady Issa, yes. Miss Ruby King says, I retired after working 30 years with blind students and had to have several students removed from their homes for sexual and physical abuse. The stories that I've heard from these babies, I can only imagine, Miss Ruby. And I want to tell you, thank you for your service. It takes a special person to be able to teach, educate, and work with kids, and especially kids with disabilities. It takes very special people to be able to have that type of patience to deal with children, and especially ones, like I said, with disabilities. So I appreciate you for the job well done that you did in your 30-year career. You're welcome, Jake Gill. That's what we here, baby. We're here to lift each other up, to support one another. You know, like I told y'all before, y'all got my back. I'm definitely going to have y'all back. Y'all don't let me down and disappoint me. So I'll be damned if I do that to y'all. Miss Gilda says, Boutique Tiger, God bless you and thank you so much. Prayers definitely work. Absolutely. And when more than two or more come together, it shall be done, you all. So let's all pray for one another. You know, we may laugh and joke and be a little goofy over here sometimes, but at the end of the day, we're always going to support each other, have each other's back, and stand in the gap for one another, because that's what I'm about when I turn this live off. And that's what I'm always going to be about, making sure that my fellow people be the best that they can be. If I can help you, I'm going to help you. I'm not, but that's just who I am. Miss D Max said, SA is such a tragic, traumatic experience. It's prayers for you all. Yes. Miss Florida Red say, hey, Ruby. Um, Miss Karen says, I will follow you on Facebook. On Facebook, that's what's missing right now. A uplifting, positive, non-judgmental page. Yes. Miss J. Gill says, love your channel, Mika, and love you more. I love you too, baby. And I thank you for loving what I try to bring over here, whether I'm being goofy or whether I'm being serious. Y'all here for it. And it's a lot of you that show up and show out on everything. And when you don't, you let me know that you're watching the replay. Or, some of you even go so far to let me know why you wasn't present on the live. And that really touches my heart that people support me in such a way and believe in what I do and how I do it and support my platform. And it has nothing to do with money. You can have, I was just telling somebody this earlier, you can have 20,000 followers, a million followers, but if you don't bring anything to the table that's worth listening to, then a lot of people just gonna fall off. So I have a lot of troopers on my channel that's been here with me since day one, since I started talking to the phone by myself, looking like a nut. And since I have some people who started following me since I started going live, nevertheless, you all are appreciated the same. Miss Gilda said, I just learned today how to use the community tab. I told you that you were very special to me, Mika. Thank you so much, Miss Gilda. That type of stuff really means a lot to me, and I look forward to seeing you all when I come on here. And sometimes I be, not even really feeling it, but then I'll be just sitting here, and literally y'all will cross my mind. I'm like, what my cousin's doing? Let me just go in here. And not all the time I want to talk about old girl. I just genuinely miss y'all and miss interacting with y'all and want to know how y'all feeling. Is there anything y'all need to get off y'all chest? Is there anything I can do for y'all? Because I'm here for y'all as much as y'all are here for me. And I want y'all to feel that. That's why I try to do different things with my members. And, I try to personally reply to everybody who make comments. If it's something to reply to, I take the time out of my day to do all of this myself, not have anybody else to do it, or not ignore y'all, because I want y'all to understand how much I really appreciate y'all for being here. And no matter how big this channel grows, I will never forget about my day ones and the people who've been rocking with me. Miss Tracy says, wow, sounds so familiar, Miss Gilda. Yeah, that's a story that we've heard numerous of times, and it's so sad. Miss D Max says, holding the truth in would affect you in some way every day of your life. Absolutely. 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 Um, Miss Lady Issa says, hit me up. I'm going to write my email address in the comments. Um, Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. I put my email address in the comments if anybody needs to reach out to me. Ms. Gilda says, thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Miss Ruby. And that email address is strictly for my cousins. I don't get any other business or communication on there. It's strictly for you all. So, Miss Lady Issa, Miss J. Gill says much love. Miss Tracy, Miss Gilda is praying. Miss D Max says, doing a great job, Mika. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Miss Ruby said, thank you so much. Oh, you're so welcome. Miss Jalissa says, I deal with anxiety and depression, and I have to call my aunt and talk to her about everything. I will never forget, I had a panic attack on the phone with my aunt, and she was calm and she calmed me down. Yes, I've dealt with anxiety and depression, Miss Jalissa, going through my separation and my divorce. I suffered depression and anxiety, and still to this day, I deal with anxiety. So it's, I understand your struggles, and it's a very frightening thing when you're having an anxiety attack or a panic attack, So I understand your struggle, and we are, more alike than we are different. And the thing that I want to everybody to get through their mind is no, none of us are perfect, but we acknowledge the error of our ways or our faults of the things that we've done wrong in life, and we correct it. And that's why we can come out and kind of try to guide someone else in the right direction, because you can't just be stuck in your BS. That shows me right there that you don't care about anything that's going on in your situation, when you don't believe you're ever wrong about anything, when you don't correct your BS behavior, when you don't try to right your wrongs. And that's the part about being an adult. We all make mistakes. We all sin. We all fall short from God's glory every day of our lives. But what do we do to make the situation better? How do we change the situation? What do we learn from the situation? How can we apply it the next time that the circumstances may arise? How do we deal with it? Are we going to just do it the same BS way that we know it wasn't right? Or do we learn a lesson from it and apply it to our life and be better people because of it? And that's what make us grown women, and being able to have these type of conversations. Miss Ruby Karen says, thank you for all that you have done. Miss J. Gill said, you are a blessing, Mika. I love your spirit. Thank you so much, Miss J. Gill. Thank you so much. I start to blush when people give me compliments, because it's just, I told y'all, I just don't like to be the center of attention. But you are positive and encouraging words pushes me to do this when I come on and do this. Miss Jalissa says she is the person I trust. She don't judge me. She always trying to get me to do something that will make you happy, as she should, Miss Jalissa. And that's what a supportive person's supposed to do. That's what a person supposed to do when they're in your corner. They're supposed to help you through it, not judge you and criticize and condemn you for your actions or whatever the situation may be. They help you do it, and they help you find a better, more productive, or a more healthy way to handle the situation if it arises again, and teaches you how to work through that situation you're in at that moment. And that's the best thing about having a good support system. And not a lot of people have that. And that's why I'm always offering myself to people, because I understand not a lot of people have your aunt, my mom, some people that I deal with, but I'm a very discreet person. So if it's not my best friend or my mom, not a lot of people know a lot about me. I'm just very discreet. I don't believe everything is for everybody. But if I have something to offer in the middle of a conversation, I'm not afraid enough to tell my story. It's just I don't feel like shouting it on the bullhorn. It's what does that do for anybody? But if I have something to offer when we're talking about things, yes, I'll tell my story, because my story made me the woman who I am today, to be more confident in who I am and what I do. So your story shapes and molds you into being great if you use them in the right ways. Miss YouTube on Fire says, Amen. Miss Florida Red says, I took a Benadryl cousins and it's kicked in. I don't want to nod out, guys. So good night and early good morning. Blessings and love to each and every one of you. Good night, Miss Florida Red. I will see you later on today when we come back and talk about our girl. Miss Boosie Tiger says, Cousin, you are such a beautiful woman inside and out. And I know that it was God that put you in my path. Y'all gonna make me cry. Don't make y'all. I don't. I very rarely cry, but y'all really gonna make me cry. I really appreciate that, Boosie Tiger. I really appreciate that. Miss Ruby King says, I will definitely follow you to whatever platform. Miss Ruby King, and I don't have a doubt in my mind that you won't. I appreciate you. Miss J. Gill says, Jalissa, it's a beautiful thing to have someone you can talk to and trust, ain't it? Yes, absolutely. Miss Arlene says, I would support my hometown cousin Detroit. Detroit in this thing. What up, though, Miss Arlene? Um, Miss U2 on Fire says, good night, Miss Florida Red. Miss Gilda says, peaceful dreams, Miss Florida Red. Everybody sends good night, Miss Ruby King. Miss J. Gill says, I'm driving now, but still listening. Okay, baby, don't look at the phone. Be careful. Miss Gilda says, thank you, Mika. You're absolutely welcome. Gilda says, I'm on medication because of my severe panic attacks. I am too, Miss Gilda. Thankfully, I don't no longer take depression medication. But when I was with my ex husband from 14 to I'm 14, Lord, my mama, but honey, from 17 to 34. So that was a big thing that I went through when we were separating and then eventually divorced. So listen, I had to take a pill to eat, sleep, think straight because I was so stressed and I still had the weight of other people's issues on my shoulder as well. So I had to just do what was best for me and just get myself together. So I've been through things too, and I'm not ashamed to tell what I've been through because hopefully someone will learn from it. Miss Ruby says, thank you, Karen. I really enjoy working and helping my students. I know you did, Miss Ruby. Miss YouTube on Fire says, Mika, sweetie, since I'm a little older, 60, can I be a cyber auntie and you be my cyber niece? Your beautiful spirit makes me feel like you're my blood niece. And you know this, Miss YouTube on Fire. Yes, auntie. Yes, baby. Miss Lady Issa says, let me go back up. Depression is hard. Yes, it is. Hello, Miss Linda. Miss Linda says, replay. We must pray that God will keep us strong. Are you leaving YouTube? I hope not because you are so positive. No, Miss Linda, I'm just going to take us over to Facebook as well. I don't know the exact date. Um, because like I said, it took me a long time to push record on this. So, and YouTube, you have to deal with triple and quadruple the amount of trolls over there. But I will eventually go over there and we're really going to focus on our breaking generational curses and helping people through their trauma and bringing more people on to tell their stories and things like that. And YouTube will kind of be where I do commentary and the reactions on people, but Facebook will be a more serious platform for me where we, help each other out and uplift each other. Miss Karen says, you are an angel sent to us. Oh, thank you, Miss Karen. Miss Gilda says, lady, I don't take any more medication for depression because I gained 40 pounds in 1 month. Miss Gilda, not only that, I was on in steroid injections for my pain. I blew up like Oompa Loompa. You hear me? I was like a little Oompa Loompa. I'm only 5'2". Honey, I told them take me off that stuff take me off of that stuff. It have you, um, honey, it will have you obese in no time. So I understand. Who is this? Miss D Max, thank you so much. Welcome to the family. Thank you for joining. You're greatly appreciated. Miss Lady Issa says, come walk through me. Walk through you? What you mean, baby? Miss Ruby King said, I was born in Detroit. Also, my son and grandson. Okay, Miss Ruby King, I didn't know that. What part of Detroit? West side, east side? What area? Miss Linda says, okay, I'm with you. Okay, baby, I appreciate you. And Miss D Mac, I just realized who you were. I'm not gonna say that out loud. Thank you so much, Miss Gilda, for your super sticker. You're greatly appreciated. Thank you. I just found out by looking at your picture who you were. I won't say your name out loud, but I know who you are now. Miss Lady Issa says my grandbaby is pulling me through. She is a trooper. Okay. Okay, that's and you know what? Kids can get you through a lot of things, believe it or not. Kids can help you cope through a lot of difficult situations. They're so caring and so loving, and when they see you down, they're so nurturing. It's so sweet when kids, try to aid you in your struggles. Like my nieces, they're little, so they'll come like try to lay my head on their shoulder or something. Titi, you okay? And they know that I have illnesses, so they'll say your stomach hurt or something like that. It'd be so sweet. And how can be sad or anything after that? So I understand. Hello, Miss Maisha. Yeah, I'm on late. I'm about to get off of here in a minute because we almost been on here for an hour and well, we have been on here for an hour and 41 minutes. I just came on because I saw some of the cousins still up and I didn't have anything to do. Um, so I said, let me come on here and chat with the cousins, and here we are. Miss D Max says, I'm a new cyber auntie now at 61. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, auntie. Miss Ruby King said, West Side off Livernois and Oak Park. Okay. All right. Another D Town lady up in here. Okay, Miss Ruby. I didn't know that. Good to know. Okay, Boozy Tiger, you here in Detroit too? What up, though, baby? We gonna have to do. I told who was it? Four Leaf Clover. Four Leaf Clover is from Detroit too. And I have a couple more cousins that live in Detroit. We're gonna have to link up one day. Miss Jamila's from Michigan. She's from in Lansing or Ypsilanti, one or the other. So I have a lot of cousins that's here that's local. So we're definitely going to link up very soon. Um Miss Gilda says, congratulations, Miss D. And Miss YouTube on Fire said, absolutely, Miss D Mac. Miss Gilda says, I want to be a cyber sister. I don't have any biological sisters and two brothers. Okay, sis. Whatever you want to be, we can be it. Yes. Okay, sis. So I got a new sister and a new auntie tonight. I'm all for it, honey. I accept all of. All of. I love those who love me. Um, YouTube on Fire said, congratulations, Miss D Mac. Miss Arlene said, yes, Detroit in the house. Yes, ma'am. Miss Ruby says, I haven't lived there in many, many years. Miss Ruby, are you the cousin that live in Cali? I thought I don't know if I may be mistaking you for somebody else, but let me know. Miss Gilda says, "Yay!" Miss D Max says, "Thank you, family. You're welcome." I'm waiting on Miss Ruby King to let me know, but I'm getting ready to get off of here, you all, because it's getting really really late and it's not like I have anything to do. But like I said, I don't want to wear y'all out. For me, I've already been on twice a day. That is not my norm. But I just love, going back and forth with you all and bouncing things off of y'all. That's my best lives to me is when I get to interact the most with y'all, and I try to include y'all in everything because I don't want anybody to ever feel left out or that I'm ignoring them. But sometimes we can't get to all of the comments. So that's why I, try to take my oh, Miss Ruby. Yeah, because you went to Witchmachickam House, right? I live in Atlanta now. I moved here after retirement. Okay, Miss Ruby. Yes. Okay. I remember now. But yeah, I like to make y'all feel included because like I said, without you all there'll be no me. So we run this channel together. Y'all motivate me to come on here and want to do what I do. And y'all make me feel better on the days that I don't. I can come on and put on that fake smile, but soon as y'all get to popping y'all stuff in the comments. Y'all get me to laughing, and my spirits are uplifted, and I forget about whatever was bothering me before I came on. So I appreciate you all for that. But I'm gonna let you all go, cousin. Before my big mouth started making my tooth hurt again. So yeah, that was me at that place. Yeah, okay, Miss Ruby, I remembered. I remembered after you told me where you were from. And you left your jacket, Miss Ruby. You might as well chalk that off as a loss, Miss Ruby, because that thing probably got chicken bones and mildew on it, baby, and a little tinkle of dog feces, baby. Just oh, child. But anyway, I will be back later on today to talk about oh girl, we're gonna pop our stuff later on today. So I look forward to seeing you all. Please turn on your notification bells. You all know that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate you all for being here with me tonight. Yeah, it is a loss. That's so sad, Miss Ruby. Uh, but you know what, Miss Ruby? Now I get to know you. Her loss. Her loss. So now you over here, my auntie. So it is what it is. But I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate you all for being here with me tonight. I will see you all. Good night, Miss Linda. Good night, Miss Arlene, Miss Ruby. Thank you, Miss Brenda. Good night. Miss Gilda, Miss YouTube on Fire, Booty Tiger, Miss Tracy, Miss D Mac, Miss Maisha, Miss Lady Issa. Anybody that I forgot, Miss Karen. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. I love you all, cousins, and I will see you later on today. Get some rest, and I hope you rest peacefully. May God bless you. Good night.